you ever wondered why, no matter how tired you are, your body just won't let you sleep through the night anymore? Or maybe you've whispered to yourself in the dark, "Why does my bladder wake me up every single night?" Here's a confession. Most people brush it off. They say, "It's just age, it's normal." But let me tell you something. What if I told you it's not just age? What if I told you there are 3 tiny pressure points on your body that, when pressed before bed, could calm your bladder and let you finally sleep all night in peace? Now, here's a fact. Seniors who struggle with poor sleep face a higher risk of memory loss, weak immunity, and even dangerous falls in the middle of the night. And yet, so many people continue to ignore it, thinking nothing can be done. That's the heartbreaking truth. And here's the bigger question. Are you going to be like everyone else and keep suffering night after night? Or are you going to listen closely today and discover something that could change your nights and even your mornings forever? Because in this video, you're going to learn something most people will never hear about. You'll learn the 3 powerful bladder points that you can press before bed to calm your body, reduce those bathroom trips, and finally reclaim the kind of sleep you thought you had lost forever. Now let's be real. Poor sleep is not just about being tired the next day. It makes you forgetful. It makes your body weaker. It puts you at risk every single time you walk in the dark, half asleep, on your way to the bathroom. One wrong step could change everything. And yet people still laugh it off as if it's nothing serious. I don't want that for you. And honestly, if you're here watching this and you're still thinking whether or not to subscribe to Elderly Spring, let me ask you this. What's stopping you? If you care about your health, or the health of your parents, your grandparents, or anyone you love, why wouldn't you hit that subscribe button right now? If you don't, and you wake up tomorrow still exhausted, still struggling, don't come back here blaming me. Instead, go into the comments and tell everyone why you refuse to subscribe to a channel that literally gives you the tools to protect your health. Because here at Elderly Spring, we don't play with time. And when it comes to health in your later years, every moment counts. So here's my challenge to you. If you're serious about better sleep, subscribe now. If you're not, then leave a comment explaining why you would rather stay tired, weak, and sleepless. I want to hear your excuse. But for those who are ready to take action, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to use these 3 points, why they work, and simple bedtime practices that could transform your nights. And listen, I don't want you to just stop at this video. That's why I've put together the Elderly Spring Sleep Wellness Kit. It's in the description right below. Inside, you'll find step-by-step guides and natural techniques that go hand in hand with what I'll show you today, so you can make peaceful nights a reality, not just a wish. So, before we dive in, type in the comments, "better sleep," if you or someone you care about has struggled with restless nights. I'll be watching those comments, and I want to see how many of you are ready to fight for your rest. Now let's talk about something that almost every senior I've met struggles with. Waking up multiple times in the middle of the night just to use the bathroom. Picture this. An elderly man named John, 72 years old. Every single night his sleep is broken. He dozes off, but an hour later he's awake, fumbling in the dark, trying to find his slippers, walking down a cold hallway to the bathroom. He comes back to bed, tries to sleep again, only for the same thing to happen an hour later. By morning he's exhausted. His body feels heavy, his mind is foggy, and his wife? She hasn't had a peaceful night in years because she wakes every time he does. Now imagine this cycle going on for weeks, months, even years. That's the silent struggle so many seniors are living with. And if you're listening right now, maybe that's your story too, or the story of someone you love. Why does this happen? Why does the body betray us like this at night? Here's the simple truth. As you age, the bladder muscles weaken. They don't hold as much liquid as they used to, so they send signals to empty more often, even if it's just a little. For men, an enlarged prostate presses on the bladder and makes it harder to control urges. For women, hormonal changes after menopause mean the bladder becomes more sensitive. Add to that the medications many seniors take, blood pressure pills, diuretics, and suddenly the bathroom becomes the most visited room in the house at night. And here's where many people go wrong. They shrug and say, "It's just normal aging, nothing I can do." But that's not true. Lifestyle tweaks, small shifts, and yes, even something as simple as pressing the right points on your body before bed can make a real difference. So don't let yourself fall into the trap of believing you're doomed to sleepless nights forever. You're not. And if you're watching this and still haven't subscribed to Elderly Spring, I'll be honest, you're playing with your own health. You're telling yourself you'll figure it out alone when you could have help, guidance, and solutions right at your fingertips. If you won't subscribe now, at least do me a favor. Go into the comments and explain why you're okay with being tired, foggy, and at risk of falling. Because I want to know, why would anyone choose that over better health? But for those of you who are ready, let's move deeper. Because here's where ancient wisdom meets modern science. Pressure points. Bladder point 23. Lower back, near the waistline. Now I want you to imagine this. Before bed, you sit comfortably and you place your hands on your lower back, just at the waistline, close to where your kidneys rest. You apply gentle pressure. You breathe slowly. You press and release, press and release. This simple act, just for a minute or two, can calm the bladder and relax the body. Why? Because in traditional Chinese medicine, this point is known as bladder 23, and it's linked to the energy of your kidneys and bladder. Modern science might not use the word energy, but it does show us that stimulating nerves and improving circulation in this area can help the body regulate itself. The problem is, most people think pills are the only solution. They reach for sleeping tablets, they take more medication, and they hope the problem will vanish. But the body doesn't always need more chemicals. Sometimes what it needs is touch, gentle, mindful pressure that signals calmness through the nervous system. So here's what you do. Before bed, take 1 or 2 minutes. Place your thumbs or your palms on the lower back, just at the waist. Press gently, then release. Keep your breathing slow. Do this every night. You might be surprised at how quickly your nights start to change. And here's the thing. If you're listening and you think, "Oh, I'll try this once and see if it works," don't cheat yourself. Healing takes consistency. Do it every night and watch what happens. And if you're still doubting, then please, subscribe to this channel so you don't miss the follow-up videos that go deeper into techniques like this. If you refuse, fine. But go into the comments and explain why you chose doubt over peace. Now, this lower back point is powerful, but it's not the only one. Let's move on to another point that surprises most people, the back of the knee. Bladder point 39, back of the knee. Think about this. Have you ever seen an elderly person, maybe even yourself, rubbing the back of the legs for comfort? Maybe after walking too much or just out of habit. Many don't realize it, but they're actually touching a pressure point linked to bladder function. This is bladder 39, located right behind the knee. It's fascinating because the nerve pathways that run through the legs connect to the bladder and lower abdomen. By pressing gently behind the knee, you stimulate these pathways, sending calming signals that help relax the bladder. But here's the problem. Most people assume leg discomfort is just about muscles. They think it's stiffness or circulation or age. They never connect it to bladder function, but the body is deeply connected, more than we realize. Here's how you do it. Before bed, sit comfortably, bend your knee slightly, and press gently into the soft spot at the back of your knee. Hold it for 1 to 2 minutes, or massage it in small circles. Switch legs. This isn't about pressing hard or hurting yourself. It's about gentle, consistent stimulation. And let me be clear, don't underestimate small habits like this. They add up. They change your nights slowly, quietly, but surely. If you're listening to me now and thinking, "I'll try it later," don't delay. Tonight is your chance. Because one more sleepless night is one more night of risk, one more night of exhaustion, one more night you'll never get back. So here's my call to you. Subscribe right now to Elderly Spring. If you won't, at least type in the comments why you're okay letting sleepless nights steal your health, your energy, and your joy. But if you're ready to fight for better nights, then join this family of people who care about living well in their later years. Now let's move to the final point, small but powerful, right at your foot. Bladder point 40, behind the ankle foot arch. This one is tiny, but it's powerful. At the inner side of your foot, just behind the ankle, there's a point connected to bladder calmness. It's often ignored because people think foot massage is just for comfort. But here's the truth. This point can actually signal your body to relax the bladder and reduce those nighttime urges. Picture this. Before bed, you sit back, take your foot in your hand, and gently massage that small spot behind the ankle. Small circles, soft pressure, just a minute or two on each side. As you do this, you're not just relaxing your foot. You're sending signals of calm through your nervous system, telling your body it's time to rest. And this is where people miss it. They think, a foot massage can't fix my bladder issues. But they don't understand how connected the human body really is. The foot holds points that influence every system of the body. Ignore them, and you miss out on a natural tool that's been used for centuries. So don't laugh it off. Don't dismiss it. Try it. Because the people who try and stay consistent are the ones who wake up in the morning saying, I actually slept through the night. And once again, if you're still not subscribed to Elderly Spring by now, you're telling yourself your sleep isn't worth fighting for. If that's really how you feel, go write it in the comments. But if you do care, then hit subscribe right now so you never miss practical steps like this again. Now, pressing these points is powerful. But let's be honest, it's only one piece of the puzzle. Supporting habits for nighttime peace. If you want truly peaceful nights, you can't just rely on pressure points alone. You need to build habits that support your sleep. First, hydration timing. Yes, water is life, but drink most of it earlier in the day. In the evening, sip less. Don't overload your bladder right before bed. Second, evening rituals. Give your body signals that it's time to rest. Gentle stretches, slow breathing, or even a warm bath can make a world of difference. Third, diet. Caffeine, alcohol, heavy or spicy foods, these make the bladder more active at night. Avoid them in the evening. Your nights will thank you. And remember, I've put all of this together for you in one place. The Elderly Spring Sleep Wellness Kit. It's simple, clear, and designed for seniors who want restful nights without guesswork. The link is in the description. Check it out before bed tonight. So now you know the 3 bladder points, plus the habits that make them even more effective. Combine them and you give yourself the best chance of sleeping peacefully without constant bathroom trips. Watching a loved one toss and turn, exhausted from endless bathroom trips, is heartbreaking. You sit there, sometimes listening in the quiet of the night, the creak of the floorboards as they shuffle out of bed, the soft sigh of frustration when they return, knowing they'll soon have to rise again. It isn't just about lost sleep. It's about lost comfort. It's about the feeling that night has become an enemy instead of a friend. Think of the toll it takes. A night broken into pieces leaves the morning heavy with fatigue. Energy is drained before the day even begins. Concentration becomes difficult. Memory feels fuzzy. And then there is the quiet fear, the risk of falling in the darkness, the strain on an already tired body, the loneliness of feeling trapped in a cycle that never seems to end. For seniors, every stumble, every interruption carries a weight far greater than we often realize. But here's the truth. This struggle doesn't define you, and it doesn't have to control your nights. For years, many have believed nighttime urination is just part of aging, something to be endured without question. Yet that's not the full story. There are ways to regain control, ways to soften the restless nights, and ways to bring back the calm, uninterrupted sleep that everyone deserves. Right now, you carry something powerful with you. Knowledge. You know where the weak points lie. A bladder working overtime, muscles no longer as strong, nerves sometimes misfiring. But alongside that knowledge, you now also carry tools, gentle, practical, natural methods that can ease this burden. Imagine this. Before bed, instead of dreading the night ahead, you press lightly along your lower back. You pause, you breathe, and you feel the gentle release of tension that builds during the day. Or maybe you focus on the back of the knee, massaging slowly, allowing circulation and nerves to calm. Or perhaps you end with that small, powerful point near the ankle, sending a signal of peace through the body. These are not complicated routines. They are simple gestures of care, yet they can transform how your night unfolds. And here's something most people overlook. It doesn't take all 3 points every night. Start with one, just one. Tonight, as you prepare for bed, commit to trying it. A minute of focused pressure, a moment of stillness. Then, drift into sleep and notice. Does your body feel different? Does your rest deepen? Often, it's in the smallest steps that the greatest change begins. Even if you don't see the result on the very first night, remember this. Your body responds to consistency. Just like exercise strengthens muscles over time, these calming practices retrain your bladder and nervous system to work in harmony with your sleep. Each night you practice, you're building a stronger foundation for restful sleep. You are not helpless. You are not at the mercy of restless nights. Better rest is within reach. Picture a week from now. You lie down, press the point you've chosen, and close your eyes. The hours stretch ahead not as a series of interruptions, but as one long, steady stream of rest. You wake to morning light, not exhaustion. Your steps feel lighter, your mind feels clearer, and perhaps most importantly, you feel in control again. And it's not just about you. If you are caring for a spouse, a parent, or a loved one, imagine giving them this gift. Imagine watching them rest deeply, their chest rising and falling in steady rhythm, no longer jolted awake every hour. Imagine their relief, their gratitude, their renewed strength during the day. Sometimes the greatest comfort we can give someone we love is the quiet gift of a full night's rest. So tonight, don't let the struggle define your evening. Let it be the turning point. Let it be the night you decide to take back control. You have the tools, you have the knowledge, and you have the choice. Peaceful sleep is not a distant dream. It is possible, and it can begin right now with one simple action. So tonight, remember this. Bladder point 23, near the lower back. Bladder point 39, just behind the knee, and bladder point 40, down by the ankle. 3 simple points, 3 natural steps. And all it takes is a few quiet minutes before bed. No pills, no complicated routines, just your hands, your breath, and your willingness to try. Now pause for a moment and ask yourself, what would it feel like to finally sleep through the night without getting up 5 or 6 times? What would it mean to wake up refreshed without that fog of exhaustion? That possibility is in your hands right now. But here's the truth. Too many people will watch, nod their heads, and then go right back to their old habits. And when the night comes, they'll still be up and down, tired, frustrated, and defeated. Don't let that be you. If you've stayed with me until this moment, it means you're serious about better sleep, for yourself or for someone you love. So prove it. Try one of these points tonight, and then come back here tomorrow and tell us what happened. Did it help? Did you notice even a small change? Share it in the comments, because your story might be the reason someone else finally takes action. And listen, if you don't comment, if you just scroll away, ask yourself why. Why keep the struggle hidden when sharing could bring someone else relief? If you don't believe this will work for you, then at least be honest and tell us why in the comments. Say, this isn't for me, and let the world see your reason. But if deep down you want to try, don't walk away in silence. Join the conversation, and let me be direct for a moment. If you don't subscribe right now, what does that say? That you're okay with sleepless nights? That you're fine watching your loved ones suffer when there's help sitting right in front of you? Don't make that mistake. Hitting that subscribe button is not just about me. It's about you choosing a path toward calmer nights and healthier days. It's about staying connected to simple, natural solutions that can change your life. So if you've gained even one insight today, if you felt even a spark of hope, click subscribe to Elderly Spring right now. Because missing out on the next tip could mean another week, another month of restless nights. And you deserve better than that. Now, before we close, let me leave you with this. Tonight, when you press those points, do it with intention. Take a slow breath in, let it out, and remind yourself, this is your time. This is your body finding peace again. And when you wake tomorrow morning, even if you notice just 1 extra hour of uninterrupted rest, celebrate that. Because that's progress. And progress is the beginning of transformation. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for choosing to care for yourself and the people you love. I don't take it lightly that you've given me your time. So here's my wish for you. May your nights grow calmer, your mornings brighter, and your days filled with renewed strength. Stay strong, stay rested, and I'll see you in the next video.